Hey everybody, it's Allie Edwards and welcome to story number 7 in my December daily for 2024. Today's story is going to go on the back of story number 6, page protector with the 2x2s. So this time what I'm starting to do here is I'm actually using one of the stamp sets that we offered this year. These are 2x2 scalloped edge tags. The 6x8 stamp set itself has a variety of different shaped tags on there. I knew that I wanted to focus on the concept of a simple, quiet day. That's what our Saturday was around here, and I ended up taking the day off just to do some of the family things and have some hangout time with Erin that I wanted to do. So I am actually documenting those 4 things onto these tags. You can see here that I'm using a brush pen, a Kuretake brush pen. What's going to end up happening on this particular page is I am using a bunch of the plastic squares again from that plastic scalloped 2x2 tag set. The ones I had originally placed in there when I was working on foundation pages were ones that had like a blank space in the middle with a thick border and a couple pattern ones. And essentially what I'm going to end up doing with this one is creating a little formula for myself where 4 tags or 4 different pieces in this page protector will be the same. So I'll have 4 that have the little bit of journaling here on them, 4 that have some embroidery floss added to them, and then 4 that are stamped on. So you'll see that process here. You might also notice I have a big photo that's sitting on my album right now. It's one that I've taken and I'm planning on using at some point. It just hasn't been the right day yet. I almost used it today with this one that doesn't have any photos that go along with it, but decided to save it for a different day that it might work better for that. It's also just nice to have some ideas for no photo days too, and that's a nice reminder. Yesterday I paired it with photos. I got to remember all these things. All right, so the things that I chose to document is I had a coffee. I had coffee with Chris and Anna. We had a little get together. We do that every once in a while where it's just Chris and I and Simon, or Chris and I and Anna, to just chat through how things are going in their lives and that sort of stuff. So that was on Saturday. Then I was here with Erin and I played some solitaire on my phone, which is the game that I like to play on my phone when I want the mindless something. Then we made nachos. Erin had seen one of his friends the other night and got some brisket, and so we made brisket, like barbecue nachos, to eat while we watched the Big Ten championship game where Oregon won. So Erin is a huge University of Oregon Duck fan. I went to Oregon State. Some of you guys know that. We are rivals, but I still cheer for Oregon when they're doing awesome. All right, so on each one of these 2x2s, you can see it has the scalloped edge, and then I decided to use the star brads. These are ones that I added into my collection of stuff this year. Prior to stamping and prior to using the scallop stamp, I considered stitching around the outside edge. That was something that I thought about doing rather than the scallops, but I liked how the scallops pair with the plastic scallops. I also considered using the clear stickers that we offered this year on top of the plastic squares, but what I'm going to do instead is do some stamping. And so one of the things that I did in 2024 was a stamp reorganization, and that was actually part of the stash class that I offered earlier this year. And so all of my Saturdays are all together now. So when I need to go and look for a stamp that has the word Saturday on it, I have them all together in one place. This was an idea that I got from Laura Wansick. She walked me through kind of what her system was, and then I replicated that. So I did the Saturday stamp, repeat stamped on that one, and I'll do a couple other sentiment stamps. But first thing I'm going to do next is I'm going to do stitching. This is using embroidery floss, and I love the pop of color that comes from embroidery floss. And so what I decided to do is a pretty simple star stitch here. And what I did is I got out the Misty, which is that stamping platform, and I used that to punch the holes using my paper piercer. You could also just use your needle to punch the holes in advance. I just find that that's just makes it a really easy way to do, especially a simple stitch like this. So this one starts at an outer point and then you're always coming back in through that middle circle, and then you come up through another outer point. And I'm going to repeat this same idea on 4 of them. So I'm getting that repetition that I like. I'm keeping things simple for myself. I'm having these nice little pops of red. You could do these in different colors. You could add multiple colors, lots of other things that you could do here. I was just wanting the simple red. It's red. It's always red, right? Love it. Okay, and so those what I stitched there, those went on to the plastic squares that had a pattern on them. So a couple of them had fa la la, one of them has a star pattern, and one of them has a dot pattern. And those are the ones that I am going to add on here. So at this point, you can see I still have the simple quiet moments in there. I will be taking that out in a minute. The Saturday, the repeat Saturday kind of becomes the title, but I'm also going to stamp a really large number 7, or a portion of a large number 7 for story number 7. You'll see that in a minute here. I'm going to just go a little bit quicker through the stitching. I'm not going to show you every single stitch for each of those because you get the idea of what I'm doing. So repetition is key. So now I have those 4 stitched stars, essentially like stars or asterisks. They're just that shape. I like that shape. All right, so here's my big number 7. This is a stamp set that is available in the shop. Its numbers are awesome. Number 7. I love big number stamps. I like big alpha stamps. I'm just a big fan of those. So I'm going to stamp this right onto a red background. This is the red scalloped edge or scalloped border background, and so that one has the nice big number 7. Again, I'm using Stays On ink because it's able to dry on the glossy surface of the plastic there. So I've got that. Then I'm taking a couple of the sentiments that were on the Liz Tamanaha, the Paislee Press stamp set this year. One of them says keeping things simple, and the other one says something like the merriest time of the year. And so that's what I'm stamping onto those other couple ones there. And then I'm taking mini brads. These are just like little pewter mini brads, and I'm going to put those into all of the holes, any of the ones that didn't have that gold star on there. So lots of repetition here, lots of, making it simple for myself by repeating the things, and also just keeping it to a simple story that is very reflective of just what our Saturday looked like, a very simple, normal Saturday here at home. All right, you guys, I love how this one came together. I'll be back with story 8 tomorrow, and thanks so much for being here. I hope you're enjoying your storytelling season.